session, class, whatever you want to call it. We're going to be talking about weapon retention with your walking cane or your self-defense cane. I'm going to be using Cane Masters canes. That's that first link below if you want to see what they look like. This is the Dojo training cane. You can see it's got that tooth on there. We're going to use that. We're going to talk about that in weapon retention. When we talk about don't let the bad guy take your walking cane, give it to him. I'm going to show you how to give it to him properly. This is an everyday carry cane from Cane Masters. You can see those nice eyes there, but that tooth right there, that tooth there can rip the skin, can rip the muscle. We're going to use this when we talk about cane retention or weapon retention techniques. This is going to be a very quick video. I don't have a lot of time, but you keep asking me the same question. It's very valid. It's extremely important. And I talk about situational awareness. I was just walking back from the brake shop. I got to walk back and get my car a couple miles down the road. I'm, kicking the heels out, and I'm huffing and puffing, and I'm going fast. Good morning. And I come up upon several people along the way, just beep-bopping along. Half of them like this. The only one who wasn't staring at his phone had it up to his ear, so he couldn't hear anything around him. And every person I walked by, startled. So that's number one. Pay attention. Pay attention to who's around you. Don't let them get close enough to take your cane. And if it happens, I'm going to show you how to deal with it. So I'm not going to say that's the solution, is to strike first, hit them first. Don't let them get close enough to hit you. Yes, in a perfect world, that's best. That's what we want. Good morning, since Amit. But we're also going to talk about specifically what to do, how to keep your cane, weapon retention, how to keep it on you so that the bad guy doesn't take it away and beat you with it. Don't let the bad guy have your walking cane. Give it to him. I'm going to do it super simple. I always like you to do a warm-up first, side to side. If you can do this new spin. I don't know if have we been doing this one yet? This is just for you combat cane spinners out there in that combat cane spinning around the world, global, around the universe kind of thing. If that's interesting to you, I'm going to show you how to do that too. But right now, I don't have time for that. I want to show you as simple as I can, weapon retention. Don't let the bad guy take your walking cane from you. You have to give it to him. And by give it to him, I think you know exactly what I mean. You're going to give it to him hard, fast, right in the face, where he can strike him. I'm going to show you one simple concept without it first so that you can understand. And then I'm going to put the cane in my hands and you're going to get it like this. And if you don't, let me know and I'm going to clear it up for you. Twist and punch. Twist and punch. And I want to keep it that simple. There are other things that can help you, like this Cane Masters cane here. This is the fancy one. This is that first link below if you want to see what this looks like. Good morning, John. This has got that 550 cord, paracord. All you military people know what this is, or if you've been camping, this has been around for a while. This just keeps your hands, when they start getting sweaty, keeps your hands from losing it. This gives you extra grip. That's not the solution though. That's good, it's a bonus, but that's not it. With the cane, again, I'm going to show you without the cane first, because I've been thinking about this for weeks, because I keep getting the same question. You keep asking me, okay, this is great. If you have distance, you can strike. We talked last week about close quarters, combat, confined spaces, putting two hands on it. But what happens when they grab hold of that cane, one hand, two hands, and they're trying to jerk it out of there so that they can beat you with it? In fact, that's a fear. That's a real reason a lot of people have for not taking the cane. Let me address that reason right now. This is the same thing with bullying. People learn this all the time. Thank you, Chief of Beef. Really appreciate that. Good morning. People say, don't fight back. That'll just make them more mad, and then they'll beat you even harder. No, they're going to beat you as hard as they want anyway. You might as well start to fight back. That's going to at least give you the opportunity to change the odds of you getting seriously hurt. If they're going to punch you anyway, you might as well start punching back. At least it's going to cut it in half. So defend yourself. It's your right. But let's talk about this twist and punch. And twist and punch simply means that when they have one or two hands on, we'll talk about where they can put their hands. By twisting, you're going to change how their hand is oriented on your cane. If their hands are like this and they're trying to pull it from you so they can beat you with it, their goal is pulling in this motion. I said you're going to give it to them. You're not going to let them have it. You're going to really let them have it. So when they are pulling back, you're going to go in with it. You're going in with it. So all of a sudden, you've done this. You probably did this when you were a kid with your sister or your brother, and you're tugging on something, you let it go, and you go flying backward. You're not going to let it go, though. You're going to just go in enough that takes some of that tension out of their arms. some of that pressure out of your arms, and then you're going to forcefully turn. Either turn this way or turn this way. And look at what this really is. With two hands on the cane, you're going up or up. One hand up forces the other hand down. So this is the solution. This is the solution to all long weapons. Someone grabs your weapon, bow staff, Joe, hanbo, collie stick. If someone grabs a hold of your stick and tries to take it out of your hand to whip you with it, you're going to twist. You're not going to pull. Getting in this tug-of-war pulling motion requires that you're stronger, you're faster, and you have a little bit of luck. We're not going to depend on that. You're going to let them have it. You're going to shove it in toward them, or even just let the tension off a little bit without opening your hands. And at that very moment, you're going to twist. After twisting, you're either going to go in this direction, or like I said, I like this idea of a punch right to the face. Twist and punch. My hand is here. If I'm on the other side of it, I'm the bad guy. I'm pulling, trying to snap it out. I've got one hand. This turns me in a compromised position. Now, if you've ever done Hapkido or Jiu-Jitsu, you know that what happens next is a whole lot of pain. This is not supposed to bend this way this much. And if they don't let go of your cane, and you don't really want them to let go, you're giving it to them, right? They don't have to let it go. This will either break that joint, or this will snap some of those tendons, or it'll just cause an intense amount of pain as that comes in. Now, look where the top of that cane is. You're gonna smash into their head, their face, their nose, their mouth, whatever you can hit. From here, straight down. It doesn't have to be the big hook. It can also be this side. So twist and push, twist and push. And look where my hands are. I'm not all the way out here when I twist and push, because when they're pulling and you're getting in this jerky motion, you're gonna go with it, meaning you're stepping with it. Your arms are still mostly bent. This is a very strong position for you. In fact, if you get on the ground right now and do push-ups, this is the harder part of it. This part's pretty easy, right? From here, twist, and then boom, straight down. When I'm here, this is actually attached to my body. Now, does it have to be perfect situation, perfect way? Yes, that'd be great if it were, but it still works if it's not attached to your body. I mean, meaning if your wrist is not touching your body. So if your wrist is not touching your body, still works. Still works. And I ran this scenario for the last 3 weeks, because I'm not going to get on here and tell you that this works if we're not practicing it. With me as the bad guy, with 5 different people, different sizes, different ages, kids, adults, very senior adults. And I had them forcefully, because it's about this force, it's about this quickness. And this is what's true. They're strong here. They're stronger than you here. Don't get into this pulling match. Here, they're very weak. Think about how few muscles and tendons are controlling this motion compared to those big back muscles and chest muscles in this position. You're using back, chest, shoulder, arm muscles to turn it here against their small forearm muscles, hand muscles. So it's going to work whether you turn it here and down or turn it here and down. It really doesn't matter. And if they have 2 hands on it, that means both of their hands are going to turn here. When you snap it up here, before they get a chance to react to you turning it, then you punch, right? And either punch straight, punch down, however you want to think about that. Just going, boom, hammer strike right to the head. It's that twist and shove, twist and shove, twist and shove. That's this is what I think gets stuck in our head all the time is, if I carry my cane and I get proficient in self-defense and I have a new option to say, hey, back up, you don't have to like me, but you can't come any closer, back up, but then they grab it, what am I gonna do? Let's talk about this position. You're here, and I really wish for you that I had another person here. I simply don't. You're here, and they're here. It's going to be the same thing. You're still gonna twist. You're still gonna twist. From this position, if they grab it like this to pull it, they grab it like this to pull it, they're not expecting this, right? They're not expecting this. And if you're here and you push the other way, and then at the same time, go down to the ground, that's that punch, the twist and punch, twist and punch, twist, punch. From this position, it's always going to be a turning or a twisting motion, not a tug-of-war motion. They're doing tug-of-war. Let them have it. Go forward and then twist. Go forward and then twist. And why do you go forward? Let's look at that real quick, kind of a little bit closer. If they're like this and they're pulling and you're pulling, there's tension here, and you try to twist, it's very hard, but you've got to release the tension. So when they're pulling, you're pulling, you let it go. All of a sudden, it's like that rubber band, the tension comes off. There's no tension. That's when you twist. It's a timing issue. And you are, trust me, you are fast enough. You are fast enough, I don't care who you are, fast enough to when you go in to twist and just jam it straight through their face. Maybe it rakes down their nose. Maybe you've got that nice tooth, that hard oak tooth coming through, ripping off some skin, taking some teeth out. Maybe it's digging in there. That's the horrible thought, right? For self-defense. This is all for self-defense. Twist and turn, twist and turn. Now, I don't, maybe you're swinging it this way, right? And you have it here, and then they grab hold of it here, and they have a better position now because they have that crook. Doesn't matter. It's still going to be, they're tugging, you're tugging, go, give it to them, and turn. Give it to them and turn. Now, if you have your hands in this position or this position, it's not going to matter. You're going to punch, punch. If it's in this position, it's all just punching. But I want you to practice it like this. And I had this out. I was supposed to do this video last night and I couldn't get the camera. I messed it up. I couldn't figure out what I was doing wrong. I figured it out this morning. As I was walking down, I was thinking about it. What was going on? Because I wasn't looking at my camera. When you walk down the street, especially in these neighborhoods around here, I found 53 cents, 2 quarters and 3 pennies. And that's not the exciting part. The exciting part is I was paying attention to everything around me. The cars down here go really fast. There are big industrial trucks driving around everywhere. Hello, it's good to see you. The animator, big trucks. And someone told me a story this week. There was one of these big cranes that they're using to build these big, massive condos on the beach. Turned the corner, and the guy got stuck in the wheels. And the rest of it, you don't want to know about it. He didn't turn out well, right? But he had his earphones in, his earbuds, the little white ones, and he was on his phone. And he just walked too close to the street. Most of these situations can be avoided, self-defense, by situation awareness. Pay attention. You don't need to be on your phone while you're walking down the street, especially if you're walking in a neighborhood that's not the safest. This is not the safest. I saw a lot of drug paraphernalia littering the streets because there are a lot of homeless and there are a lot of people who have addictions right now, and homeless addiction leads to, what's that word that we're looking for? Desperate. And I'm not carrying big stacks of cash, but I need every penny that I got. I need those extra 50 cents, 53 cents. I need that $9 that you just sent me, Chief of Beef. I appreciate all of it, right? So I'd rather see it coming and cross the street. That's the best way to retain your cane, not to let them have it. Good, Nathan, it's good to see you here. But that's what I want you to think about. We're talking about weapon retention. Don't let the bad guy have your walking cane. Let him have it. Don't let him take it from you. Don't let him beat you with it. So let's review real quick. Imagine what's really happening is they're trying to pull it out of your hands to beat you with it. Simple as that. You're going to maybe have a little bit of a tug of war for a moment, and then you're going to remember, oh, I'm going to let him have it. I'm going to really let you have it. And then you release that tension by moving into him. Step, slide, shift, whatever you want to extend a little bit. But as you're going and you feel that retention released, twist and then straight down to the ground. Twist and then into the face. Both will work. The idea is his hand is here and now it's like this. His 2 hands are here pulling, and all of a sudden you twist it and then you smash him with that big hook straight in the middle of his head. This is weapon retention. This is how you keep your walking cane. You have in your hand, you're beating him like this for self-defense. You're defending yourself like this. They grab hold of the end, 1 hand or 2 hands, get your other hand on it quick, get in that tug of war, and then let them have it. Go in and twist. Go in and twist. Either way. And watch what I'm doing with my hips. I'm turning and I'm turning. You don't have to be stronger. You don't have to be faster. You just have to know what you're doing. That's the beauty of this kind of weapon self-defense. You just have to have a little bit more knowledge and information about how the mechanics work, right? How the physical properties of this hard piece of wood and the power that you naturally have in your core muscles and your strength, while they're fixated on this, that's like a knife. If someone comes at you with a knife, don't look at the knife. Smash them in the head. for self-defense. Knock them out so that they can't use the knife. But as soon as you get fixated on that knife, I guarantee you're gonna get cut. You're gonna get cut, you're gonna get stabbed, because you're looking at that knife and he's flipping it back and forth, or he came around, or you didn't see the other knife. So from here, boom, right away, react, respond immediately. So however it is, one more time, twist, however they grab it, one hand, two hand, in the middle, one hand inside your hand, one hand on the outside, both hands outside your hands, both hands inside your hand, any of those scenarios. And if it's unclear, please send me an email or put a comment here on this one. Go to pasquinelli.com if you want to send me an email. But let me know, it's unclear. You're full of stuff. And I'm not, because like I said, I've been practicing this, I've been thinking about it. I've tested this out on multiple different people, different sizes, with me pulling and jerking as hard as I can. And at first, and this is why we practice, this is why you role play. At first they forgot, because this is you start jerking someone like this, it's very easy to forget what your plan is. Remember that Mike Tyson quote, everybody's got a plan until I punch him in the mouth? That's what's happening. Take a breath. Oh yeah, twist, smash, twist, smash. Twist, punch, and then you've got it. Now I want to show you one more thing. Now I got to walk back and get the car. I'm going to run this time, just like this. And I was thinking about this the other day. I got two little kids, and I was thinking, we go to the beach a lot. What if the waves are too crazy and the waters, they get too close, and I'm yelling, they can't hear me because it's real windy. That happens. I got to sprint to pick up. I want to be able to sprint still. What happens if, they get out of my sight? Because I'm not paying attention, because I broke my own rule, which I do. I always break my rules. I'm not perfect. You're not perfect. No one is. But I'm looking at my phone. I lose track of what's going on, and they're over there, and they can't see the car or the person or the bag, and I got to sprint. You should be able to still, and you don't have to sprint, but you know what I mean. Stay as relatively in great shape, as good as you can. That's one of the best things that you can do for yourself. This self-defense mini stick with keyring. I'm going to send this out to one of you who are a member. We're going to do this along with this month. I'm giving away one of those two-piece bow staffs. All you have to do is join here or join on Patreon. Thank you for Patreon. Or don't spend any money. Invest your time before you invest your money. Go to pasquinelli.com and just send me one of those contact boxes. There's no money, no obligation. I just appreciate you training with me. But this is also known as the Kubaton key ring. It doesn't say Kubaton because that's a guy's name, and I'm sure that's trademarked. But this is when people talk about Kubaton, they're usually talking about this. How do you use one of these? And some people say, nah, you can't do. Yeah, a lot of, if you've been in martial arts for any length of time or you've been around self-defense, I got my first one when I got my PR-24. I took the class, learned how to become an instructor to teach my fellow Marines, military policemen, how to use the side handle baton. And they gave us one of these for paying $100 to get certified or whatever. And then we trained with them. And then I went to all these, back in the day, small circle jiu-jitsu with Wally J. Some of you guys know that guy. Who are the other, all the luminaries at the time. Dan Inosanto, all these guys back in the day out on the West Coast used to give seminars, and I forget the name of the guy. He was a Philippine American martial arts instructor, but he was a law enforcement guy. He taught all of the FBI hostage extraction team and all these guys how to use a Kubaton, because if it just happens to be in your pocket, it's on your key, and you don't have any other option, what do you do with it? And basically what it is it just concentrates all the force here. Now I saw, and I'm gonna butcher his name again. Icy Mike. No, I got it right. Icy Mike on Hard to Hurt channel. I'm sure some of you guys have seen Icy Mike. I used to call him Angry Mike because I couldn't remember Icy Mike because he always seems angry. But then I realized he's just passionate like I am. And he's not really that angry. He's icy, right? Whatever that means. All right. I'm not icy right now. I'm sweating like a pig. Sweaty pig Matt. Icy Mike. We get into it, fighting with the Kubaton. He'll pull out his, he likes the flashlight, which I also like for the same reason. He was law enforcement too, probably much longer than I was. All right, so you get a good grip on it, right? And this is the same as the Yawara stick. Some of you said to me recently, I got a Yawara stick or a palm stick. How do you use this thing? First of all, you have a good grip. You can increase the strength of the grip by putting your thumb there. I also teach people how to use Hard to hurt ice Mike. Yeah, I like that. The pin, they make combat pins. Gerber makes a really cool one that I'll bring that out next time, that I sell here. But it's just, you can use it to break the window if you get stuck in the canal or you're going into the water. You need to pop the window out. You can't beat them out with your hands, by the way. You need a window breaker, but you need a small point. This is hard, this is metal. Now, think about palm strikes, right? This is how I teach how to use this to strike with. If you think of palm strikes, or you think of hammer strikes coming in the middle, coming through to the side, all of these closed fist techniques, not a punch, and this can be like putting a roll of pennies in your hand, right? Makes it a little bit harder if you punch. But to protect your hand and to leverage what you have, if you're not as strong, or you're not as old as or young as you used to be, who is, right? You're gonna use this, you're gonna aim for the neck, aim for the targets of the body, the nose, the mouth, the teeth, the eyes, anything you can remove or destroy, the ear. And think of tight and close into your body. So this strike, into the ribs the other side, straight into the throat, straight into the face, coming down into the face, and just simple strikes, very close and into your body, right? Striking this way, striking this way, striking this way. Now, they also say, you can put your keys here and use it as a slashing weapon. I don't know. You're probably gonna wanna get back in your car at some point and drive away. If you had to save your life, do whatever it takes. But I'm just saying, you probably wanna make sure that your keys are safe. Put them in, and I carry one of these, I put one key on it so you can say to the police, well, that's a keychain. And they'll smile because they all have them too, and they'll laugh and they'll say, yeah, right. But you put it here, you put your thumb there, and just practice, and you can do it on a bag. I always like to combine it like some elbows, right? And if I hit hard enough, I promise you I could pierce that bag with that tip. Now you might not be able to pierce it right away, but you'll work up to that strength. So again, think of straight in, coming down from the side into the groin, right? He's up here, his focus is here, spitting, yelling in your face, trying to punch you, stab you, grab you. This is all self-defense. You just go right into the groin. You don't have to be specific and hit, or accurate and hit the exact groin. Anywhere down there is too sensitive that it's gonna work. Go down, go in, go to the side. But it's just that basic striking technique. Nothing fancy, nothing magical, nothing mystical about it. Just direct, immediate, direct, and explosive. And then it becomes a very useful tool. And this is the Kubaton. So if you want a Kubaton and you haven't followed me yet, either you follow me here and then go to passionally.com and say, hey, I'd like to be entered to win. And then I'll pay for shipping. I'll ship it out to you. And these aren't that expensive. I think you can find them in the store below if you want to see what they cost. But I got to go get the car. And now I got to really run because I'm a little late. But I appreciate you guys so much. And I'll see you again in a little bit.